Morning, folks. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. I'm just going through the news feeds, watching my Newsmax, drinking my coffee, trying to get ready to go to work. Big things going on today, but the main thing is the selection. There is a ton of races going on today in Texas. We're having our final runoff primary. I'll be going after work and putting in my final vote for Texas for the runoffs. We had a primary election last week, or a couple weeks ago. And the race was so close for a couple of the candidates that they had to put them back on the ticket and do basically a runoff, including Paxton and Pete Sessions and a few of them that I will be voting for today. If you live in Texas, make the time and effort. Please go to your local church and vote if that's where your polling places is, like here in Waco. Now, we got races in Arkansas. We got races in Georgia, which is a big one. We got runoffs in Texas, and I believe it's Michigan. No, I think it's Minnesota today, if I remember right. It's having their race as well. Now, I see the turnout is massive already with the early voting, but I think the in-person voting will make a difference. Hopefully so. Now, before I get sidetracked, let me just say Title 42 should have been lifted today, but because of a Louisiana judge, it is on hold, and it is still continuing to be observed at the border and hopefully enforced to the best of the ability of the CBP, the Border Patrol, should I say. Now, let me go ahead and get into a little bit of news. Just everybody, go vote. If you're in a state today that has the opportunity to vote, go vote. Go vote for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go vote for Herschel Walker. Go vote for these people that you think will probably do a better job than the Raffenspergers and all those wackadoodles over there in Georgia, and even some of the rhinos in these other states as well. We got to get the rhinos out, and there's already some nefarious wish lists going on by none other than, Mark Elias. I can't stand that guy. Let me go ahead and read you that story. It says Hillary Clinton's attorney, Mark Elias, who's into everything, including BLM and promoting the riots and fighting against some legislation that has been passed to shore up integrity. And I'll just leave that at that. But it says Hillary Clinton's attorney, Mark Elias, and Pennsylvania GOP Senate candidate McCormick. He's the Republican over there that is trying to stay in the race between Oz and Barnett. And it looks like he is low man on the totem pole. Well, him and Mark Elias both want to count the papers received after Election Day deadlines that are to be counted. And they don't even think there should be any issues with the post date on them. They should be able to count them all the way up till, I guess, next week, till they decide that maybe McCormick's got enough. It looks like the Democrats really want McCormick as the contender for the Republicans. That way they have a better chance of keeping their guy in the spot. They know what they're doing. They're trying to placate a win by knocking out the best opposition. Best way I know how to put that. Says there's big news in Michigan about the election boards with the top candidates for governor's race over there, including James Craig and Perry Johnson's. And basically what the Board of Elections over there is saying that two of the primary candidates did not turn in enough ballot signatures to be on the ticket. And I'll go ahead and leave the link in the description below for that one if y'all want to read that one as well. Now let me go ahead and get into this here. And I'll leave the link below as far as the Mark Elias if you want to listen to that, hear about that guy as well. I can't stand that guy. Just my opinion. I see the evil in all his attempts to do things against our country on a daily basis. He is what you call a horrible lawyer and a political hack for the DNC. There's a lot going on in Georgia, including some more things uncovered. But I'll leave you a link in the description below to that one. May even put a Rumble video out about it later on today if I get the opportunity. It's going to be a busy day. Like I said, I'll be voting this evening. But I do want to let everybody know that I did make a Rumble video with Matt Nexile and William Archibald. We made a Rumble video over on my Rumble channel, Devoted Patriots TOO, just like over here. And it's about Jamal Khashoggi, Twitter, and how the Crown Prince doesn't want to relinquish his control of Twitter because of 80% of Saudi Arabia is on Twitter, and so therefore the Crown Prince wants to keep his keep revolutions at bay by being in control of Twitter. There's actually a movie about that called The Dissident that I watched, and pulled a few clips from the movie, which it was a documentary, and it was just basically explained a lot about how Twitter influences free speech. And I just thought it was really interesting about the bots and the bees. If you don't know about it, go check out that movie. It's a little dark, but it's a documentary about what's really going on with Twitter, the Crown Prince, what happened to Khashoggi, and why Twitter must be stopped. And that's why I made that video. I hope everybody goes over to Rumble and checks that out today. It's a good one. Let's see here. Crazy man who attacked Dave Chappelle, run at him with a knife the other day, says he was inspired by Will Smith slapping the other comedian. So when you allow violence to happen on stage and nobody gets in trouble for it, some idiot thinks, oh, I think I can get away with it too. Lead by example, folks. There's a prime example of the direction our country's headed in by allowing this stuff to go unprosecuted. And see, this is what happens. You get idiots emboldened to think they really can do what they want to do, unabated from criminality. And the media critics are out full force, got the fangs out. They have nothing nice to say about Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. The nicest thing they could say about her after 2 days of her conversation is, we got to get that John Kirby guy in here to do the spokesman, because this girl cannot handle the job. She cannot handle the pressure. And she sounds like Kamala Harris when she circles back with her, together here today, we together and today, and together and we today, together. And she is as bad as Kamala. She has no real answers for any of the questions that has been presented to her. And nicest thing they could say about her, amateur hour at best. At least Psaki was able to rebuke the questions with a semi-combative answer. This woman, she stands no chance against Peter Doocy, and I love it. They got another idiot in there, the line for the left, at the top of the rungs, at the speaker podium, and I don't think she's going to make it. I think they're going to put Kirby in charge. Just my opinion. We'll see. She doesn't seem to be able to handle the pressure. Now, while all this elections are going on, the Georgia one is a big one, and we're hoping that it doesn't turn out like Pennsylvania, where we're waiting for weeks to find out what really happened. In the end, waiting on the final results. We will see. It says Never Trumper leader openly rallies for Brian Kemp and turncoat Mike Pence in Georgia, with only a couple of hundred supporters in the crowd. Sound like a Joe Biden crowd to me. A couple of hundred people. That's maximum capacity for Mike Pence, I'm sure. I don't know how Mike Pence's endorsement is a good thing for anybody after what happened last year. Actually, a year and a half ago. But at any rate, Pence is working with the devil. He's over there trying to shore up the people that do not need to be running the show over in Georgia. And I just hope it goes the way it's supposed to, instead of the way that Georgia likes to do their processes. That's just all I can pray for at this point. Hopefully they fix some of that, or at least got some people over there with their eyes open as to what's really going on. Now, there is a meeting over in Davos. They're talking a whole lot about recalibration of freedom of speech. They're talking about how they need to learn to control the narrative better. And there's several little short clips on the video, or on the Gateway Pundit about it, little video clips. And I will try to put together a compilation for you of just some of the better highlights of exposing these World Economic Forum wackadoodle globalist elite idiots that think that controlling the population is the best answer. They're a bunch of sickos too. They got way too much money and way too much power and not enough brains, and that's a fact. Now, the House Ethics Committee launches an investigation in Madison Cawthorn for cryptocurrency promotion, relationship with staffer. And Madison Cawthorn responds to this. Let me go ahead and get into it. Before I get into that, let me just say we're talking about ethics committees for relationships that Madison Cawthorn may have had or may not have had. They're trying to throw some mud on him. Truth be known, if they want to go after somebody for I guess you would say the best way to say it is for inappropriate relations. What about Fang Fang and Swalwell? Fang Fang is a Chinese spy that Swalwell was hanging out with in the worst ways, doing a little pillow talk, probably selling our secrets, as far as we know. But considering he's got a D in front of his name, no charges filed, no prosecution, no investigation. Jim Jordan spoke about it more than once, but truth be known, the Democrats are in control of the House and the Senate, and they refuse to look into spies in the White House. But at the same time, they are doing their best to try to push Madison Cawthorn out of every position possible because he's a America First guy, and they cannot stand it. I do want to wish all of the America First representatives, candidates today, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, and everybody that is actually on the ticket today. I want to wish them luck. We need them in our country running the show, not these clowns that are trying to go in the opposite direction. Says the swamp isn't finished attacking Madison Cawthorn. He claimed the D.C. elites are going to these parties. I call them wrinkle parties, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, ask me in the comment section. I'll get a little more into it with you. But it's where they sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I'm guessing, is the parties. Probably less rock and roll than anything. But the House Ethics Committee launched an investigation into Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina, whether he may or may not